What is up guys, it's your boy Scooter Brad here, aka Finna SB, with my custom build for the Vault Pro scooters. You guys have been begging for this video and I'm so happy to finally be here. I have the parts laid out in front of me. We've got something a little different for you guys today, a little bit more instructional as well, so sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and we're gonna get right into the building here, guys. A lot of my selection stuff here was based off stuff that I personally would actually ride. Like I'm riding these 858 carbon fade bars, which look totally savage. These are some of the only bars like out right now in this carbon fade sort of transition. They look pretty rad. I ride these on my own personal scooter. Obviously the grips as well. I'm a big fan of Ethic grips. I only ride Ethic grips. And some of the other things that I've switched out on the Elite deck, I have the nylon brake from Ethic as well, just to make that back end a little bit lighter, which is sick. We got the tilt forks. These are some of my favorite looking forks. These are the Tomahawks, obviously, to go with that tilt SES, because I like the, you know, the combination of these two parts. I've also got the Root Industry Tall Stack headset, which I use again on my own personal scooter. And obviously you guys know, I ride the Elite deck personally, and that's why I chose that. The gummies, they came in as the choice to match the deck. And pretty much the blue and red ended up going together really well. We topped it off with the Hella Grip Concrete Crew collab, and it's gonna be one of the nicest builds you've ever seen. All right, so why don't we head on and build this complete. I'm gonna start with the grip tape on the deck and then move on to the rest of the scoot. This is the nerve-wracking part. Biggest struggle with grip tape is just getting that perfect placement, you feel me, guys? But what I like to do is I like to peel just the whole slab off, and you guys know that I'm gonna do it end to end. I'm not out here trying to cut squares because that is not professional, I'm telling you. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna roll that bad boy on there. It's gonna be quite easy to cut against the head tube there so I can get the grip tape all the way to those front edges. So I'm gonna take my blade and just give it a very gentle run down the side of the head tube so that I do not scratch that beautiful teal paint. I'm gonna feel where that back wheel's gonna be. Slice it out. Grab my Allen wrench and just kind of mess that grip tape up so I can cut it nice and perfectly. This is what the professionals call scoring the grip tape. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a grip tape perfectionist, you guys. All right, pro tip for doing these long cuts down the side, what you wanna do is make sure that when you are cutting, you want your blade to be tilted just slightly downward. That way you won't end up cutting up onto the deck. It will always cut downward on the side of the groove. You don't wanna press too hard so that you won't scratch the paint off the side of your deck, but make sure you just find that little groove, get it started off a little bit, and then it should simply just glide all the way down, like so. And there you have it, a perfectly gripped deck, other than this. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is exactly how I want every deck to be gripped. I want it done end to end, I want it touching the welds, I want it super, super close to the head tube, just in case you ever need that grip. You never know, maybe one day you'll learn foot jams and you just need that extra grip on the front. You might do can jams, you might need it there, who knows? You might land ski really awkwardly at the front, and if you got no grip, you ain't gonna count that trick, you feel me? Next up is gonna be the brake. Now we're not actually gonna be using the Elite brake that comes with it. We're gonna be saving some weight by putting this nylon plastic Ethic brake on the bottom. So in order to fit this brake onto your Elite deck, what you're gonna have to get is either a rounded file, which is the appropriate tool that you want to use, and just kind of file out this back end axle hole. Otherwise, you can use an Allen key, you can use like a screwdriver and you can kind of butcher your way through, but this would be the appropriate way to do so. You just kind of want to just kind of grind it around. Otherwise, I'm just going to try and file this hole just a few times. And then the bolt should slip right in. Yep, that's going in. We haven't actually put the brake in yet, but what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna thread it all the way in, give it a few more turns just so that it opens up that hole and make sure that the bolt is gonna be absolutely straight once it's completely fitted in there. Then what I'll do is just thread it all the way out, chuck the brake in, and we should be good to go. I'm gonna get rid of all this extra grippy grip tape. Never mind that. I'm gonna do the back wheel first and then move on to the headset and stuff like that because everyone does the headset second, and you know, I'm just not about being normal. So I'm gonna slip this right in here, put those spaces in, get that wheel in first, push the axle through until I've got it just right, unless the space is gonna be annoying and not line up for me. Of course that would happen. I'm gonna stick my Allen wrench in this side, get that space lined up, slip that axle through. Perfect. Take my second spacer, just kind of lie it flat on top so I can get it in the right place. And there it is, straight through. Give my lock nut a little bit of thread on there before I grab the appropriate tool to slap it on there properly. Make sure it still rolls. And we're looking good, guys. I'm gonna move this aside very briefly while I put the front wheel on the front fork so that I don't have to deal with that later. Make sure that runs nice and smoothly, which it looks like it does. Then I'm just gonna move straight onto the headset. Now, because these forks have the integrated crown race, which is this piece here, the bottom split ring, we don't need that, so we can just slip that bottom bearing right on there before we chuck it straight in to the deck. And ooh, this colorway is gonna look fire. Let me just grab these top pieces and put them in one by one. I'm just gonna drop that top bearing in there, make sure it fits nice and perfectly. It does, so I'm gonna slip the top split ring or the crown race in, and then I'm gonna chuck those bad boys on before I put on the dust cap. This is the Root Industries tall stack headset, so we're gonna get a little bit more height out of the bars. Looks beautiful. And what I'm gonna do is take this shim out because we're using oversized bars, and I'm gonna slip this right on top, and damn! Ooh, this looks so good, you guys, you don't understand. We don't have a there's no cap. There's no cap. So what we're gonna do with the compression system is we're gonna run a small Root Industries tall stack headset spacer. I'm gonna slap that on there right there. And pretty much what that is gonna do is allow the fork to be just a little bit too long for the clamp itself, and it's gonna allow us to compress this headset down absolutely correctly. What I need to do is grease up this bolt really quick. I'm just gonna grab my set of grease from down here. I'm gonna pop some of that out of this disgusting looking container and just slap it on there. Brush it around a little bit. That should be enough, that should be fine. Grab my Allen wrench. This is an M8 bolt, so I need the 6mm Allen key. And I'm gonna just slap that in there, thread it all the way in, and make sure it runs nice and tight. All right, nice and tight. I like to run my compression extremely tight, as you can tell. I'm gonna get rid of this. And then we've got the pre-installed Ethic grips, as you've seen before. I'm gonna slap the bar ends in really quickly before I chuck it on this, and then we're gonna be done and dusted for the day, you guys. So I've got my alloy ODI bar ends right here. I've almost set them so that they will perfectly fit inside these bars. I'm gonna grab a smaller Allen key. I think this is a 4mm, and then I will be twisting that in just so that it is tight enough and will not shoot out of the bar, which is perfect. You don't wanna overdo this because otherwise they'll get stuck in there forever, and you don't want that. And now, for the icing on the cake, the bars. And there you have it. This is my custom build. It turned out amazing, you guys. This is like literally probably maybe the best color scheme I've ever seen in my life. I'm blessed. This looks amazing. I think we should give it a drop test and show you guys how amazing this scooter really is. Are you ready? And there you have it. There's my custom build. It's super dialed. I love the way it turned out. Don't forget to subscribe to the TheVaultProScooters and check out all the social media accounts. You can also check out me. If you don't know me, my name is FinnaSB, aka Scooter Brad, and I make YouTube videos almost every single day, so you can check me out here, wherever it is. It's gonna be somewhere on the screen. Check out some more videos, check out some more custom builds, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace out. Have an amazing day.